Okay, so here's a little story time. I had some other videos I was gonna release, but I left my hard drive at home, and it turns out all of the footage I've ever recorded and everything I possibly need is on that hard drive. So until I can get it back, I will not be able to edit any of those videos. But I'm still in a video mood, so I didn't want to just not do anything. So now you're gonna get this story that happened like 2 days ago. Oh, also, I didn't like record anything from this night, so you're just gonna have to like deal with this animation that I put together. Thanks. So I was sitting at home one night after a long day of driving on Philly highways, which anyone who has ever commuted to and from Philly knows that they can drain the life out of you like a Dementor from Harry Potter. After taking a long shower, I was greeted with the quiet emptiness of the fartment. Since all of my roommates were in Italy, I decided to treat myself to a deluxe meal fit only for kings. I don't know why, but I was just not feeling my go-to Chinese takeout order. I love you, Maple Star, but I need to diversify my palate a little bit. So I grabbed my flops and I began walking to my local grocery place with food. Only it was slightly drizzling. The cold drops on my toes began to make my feet feel gross and yucky, and I began to feel very embarrassed. But even though I wasn't that far from my apartment, I decided to keep on pushing because I'm lazy and I just did not feel like turning around. I finally reached the other end of the street from the store when I saw a bunch of police sirens and like an ambulance. Apparently some jabroni fell off his little bikey bike and there was like an entire crime scene set up. The only problem was that I needed to cross the street since that's where the grocery store was. And since it was raining, I didn't want to have to walk back and then wrap around the street and cross somewhere else. So when the light turned green, I just sprinted through. Well, I guess sprinted isn't the best word since I was wearing flip-flops. Let's just say I flopped my fucking ass across the street as fast as I could. Looking back on it, I don't think they were ever blocking me from crossing the street, but I had a history of interfering with crime scenes and I didn't want to push my luck or ruin my record. Because about a year ago, there was a shooting, drive-by thing on our street. Though luckily when it happened, I was again walking to the grocery store to get food. But when we got back, we saw police tape blocking off our street and like a bunch of cops just standing over some blood on the street. The guy wasn't there anymore, but I guess they were just collecting data. Not knowing how I could get around this, I just walked under the tape and began walking towards my apartment. And then suddenly some officer was like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And I was just like, "I live here." And realistically, there wasn't much he could do here. Like, they were blocking off my entire street, and there was literally no way for me to get back home other than crossing under the tape. Though I probably could have grabbed his attention or something before crossing and like asking if I could go through, but I wasn't trying to distract them from doing their job. Anyway, back to the main story. I get to the store and begin walking the aisles. I was walking in the produce and freezer section, and the hot dogs in the cooler mixed with the cold air made me think of my dog. The cold breeze made me regret for the second time not turning around and getting shoes. But then I got hungry and remembered the mission at hand. I saw this scrambled egg bowl in the frozen section and I thought it was a pineapple pizza, which suddenly made me very hungry for pineapple pizza. I don't know if this had to do with the fact everyone was in Italy, and deep down in my brain I just wanted to spite Italy as a nation by ruining their most famous dish. But whatever it was, I went to the za section and searched high and low, but they did not have any pineapple pizza. Back in 2022, they had a Stranger Things pineapple pizza in the store, and that stuff was the shit. But there was no Stranger Things pizza here since the season isn't coming out for like another 12 years. Not willing to settle for anything else, I decided to get a DiGiorno stuffed crust with pepperoni, and I decided I'll just put the pineapple cubes on it separately. So suddenly I get really paranoid and everyone's looking at me and judging me for my bold flavor decision. So I began to freak, thinking about what to say to the cashier if she asked me about it. And when I remembered the beautiful grocery store innovation of self-checkout lines, I ran to the self-checkout, but forgot that Philly doesn't like to give you bags because they are stupid and wasteful. So instead, they make you pay your hard-earned nickels and dimes for these reusable bags that always end up throwing away. Oh. I always end up sorry, there was a typo in this. I always end up throwing them away because I always forget to bring them when I go to the grocery store because I'm just impulsive and dangerous. I literally have so many of these bags. I just filled like trash bags of them when I was cleaning out some of the cabinets. So if you think about it, these bags are also stupid and wasteful. But I did not want to walk all the way home flexing my ingredients to the world. So I asked the guy working the self-checkout area if I could purchase some 25-cent privacy for my excursion home. My man's was absolutely starstruck. Not at me, he was looking at someone else across the aisle. He was just like that guy from Regular Show watching that like anime thing. So here I am standing here with pizza and pineapple chunks in my hand, and I'm just staring at this guy waiting for him to respond. Hey man, can I get a bag? Eventually he snaps back to reality and reaches into the cabinet handing me a bag, though the entire time his eyes stayed locked onto whatever he was staring at. Anyway, I got my shit, packed it away, and jogged home, my mouth flooding with saliva. I swear, I could already taste the pizza just based on the picture alone. I start having PTSD style hallucinations. The air begins to fill with pizza smoke. Everything smells like dough. There's pizza sauce all over my hands. The pizza's just laying lifelessly on the pavement, calling out my name. I don't know why I was craving pineapple pizza. I don't know why I was craving pineapple pizza then, but I understand it now because that pizza was absolutely phenomenal. After I got home, I ate it and I was feeling so empowered watching YouTube. The video I was watching mentioned something about movie theaters, and I suddenly remembered that I had been procrastinating seeing the Thunderbolts for like over a week. The next showing was in 10 minutes, but my AMC is right around the corner where that accident happened. So I bolted out and caught the next showing, although this time I didn't need to cross the street, so that was nice.
We're here. I'm so excited. It's been forever.
In case of emergency.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Bro, literally had high ground. I went in the storm, ran behind him, got on his porta fort, and we both fell down the mountain. I was just shooting him. Yo. Holy shit, I'm shaking. That was my first game. Dude, I saw Thunderbolts. Let's crank this fucking music up.
Then later when I got home, I drew a picture of a Lego Star Wars level. I mean, this pizza just made me both appreciate and create true art. And because of that, I will fight for pineapple pizza all day, every day.